Ladies, are you dreaming big enough? I want you to dream big and act bigger. You see, I want to have power. I want to be empowered. Suddenly, being empowered is a more positive word, because I want to make sure that I know my own values, my boundaries. I know what I want to achieve in life. Visible and invisible barriers are only a problem if you accept them as such. So a woman with a big dream also needs to have a plan, because without a plan, that dream is just a wish.
I love her confidence, I love her charisma, and her positivity and her brightness and her colour and her lessons about life. You know, as a woman who's been through so much, it was really, really inspiring and really interesting.
I had 4 kids in 2 years. I wanted to be a businesswoman. I had no money. I had to think, how is this dream going to happen? If you actually start believing if something's important to you, just back yourself. Back yourself despite what other people say. Successful people are not held back by what other people say.
I would recommend that for everybody, because everybody should have a dream and everybody should back themselves. So I think she's awesome.
Even when it feels like everything's not going to work, they go, you know what? I'm going to make sure that this does work. I'm going to be positive despite, because it brings energy, it brings opportunity. And as soon as you actually get half glass empty, your vision will start failing. I encourage you to start making your dreams a reality in business and in life. Thank you. Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to our Mindset Magic Summit, brought to you by Women's Biz Global. I'm just so delighted that you are here sharing with us at this summit. We're going out through all of our social platforms. We're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are receiving our summit presentations. Oh, goodness me. Make yourself known to us. Please drop in a comment, ask a question. We will do absolutely everything we can to get you engaged and connected with our speakers. So it's just a delight to have you here. And today I am bringing back to the stage Angel Tuccy, who seriously had so many fan reviews last time on her presentation. So you're not going to want to miss a minute of her presenting today. She is an award-winning speaker, radio host, TV producer, best-selling author, and PR media specialist. She has clients featured on thousands of major media publications, including myself. And she's been on TV, radio, podcast, magazines, stages. She's been awarded the most influential woman of the year, best morning talk show host, best talk show team. She's done it all in her 10 years of broadcasting, and that brings her that positioning and presence and expertise to be able to give you some incredible tips on how she has needed to shift her mindset to help others shift their mindset in the whole world of PR. So welcome to our summit, Angel.
Oh my gosh, Annie, thank you so much for having me back. I just love hanging out with you. I love your energy, and I love what you're doing to empower women all over the globe. So thank you.
Oh, it is such a pleasure to have you back. I'll have you back anytime at all. And I'd love to hear more from you today. So those listening in, tell us a little bit, just intro yourself as in how you're helping people currently, and what's your main message that you'd love to share today?
Well, thank you so much. I am excited to be here. Most of the time, they call me the media matchmaker. I am a media specialist, 15-time best-selling author, career in radio broadcasting for over 10 years, where I was the host of 2 back-to-back television or radio shows. I hosted a positive business talk show. So I love that we're talking about mindset today, because that's always been my background. It's always been my platform, really, about positive mindset. And then I also was the host of a Christian lifestyle show, talking to moms in minivans. And now I get to travel as a speaker, inspiring entrepreneurs, authors, speakers, coaches, how to get themselves featured in the media every single month and telling their story. And truly, you're right. It all comes down to mindset, doesn't it, Annie? It's really what we think about, we bring about. And so we have to become completely obsessed with what we want, because we get what we think about most of the time.
Mm-hmm. That is so true, right? You know, you think it and then you do it. If you're not thinking about it, if you're not putting your focus and your attention to actually getting that exposure, getting that next win for yourself, then you're not going to then follow through with all of the actions. So tell us more about that then.
I love it. I love it. I do think about, like, as small business owners, as women especially, you know, I grew up in a pretty sarcastic household. And so it wasn't always an uplifting. It wasn't encouraging. It was my dad was in the military. So it was tough discipline, lots of rules. I was the oldest of 3. So lots of pressure on me to be good, right? And to follow the rules and to be disciplined. But it wasn't this encouraging environment. Yes, I was loved. I knew my parents loved me, and it wasn't like, anything bad was truly ever happening in my, from my parents to me. But I just, it was a different environment. I actually met my husband in an Amway meeting. My parents had invited me, and his sister had invited him, and in this Amway meeting, we actually signed up to be a part of Amway. And I don't know if you're familiar with network marketing or any of the backgrounds of network marketing companies, but Amway had been around for a long time. They sold soap, and they did it in a direct distribution type environment. So you sold it directly to people. The point of it really is that they were also a personal development company. So when my husband and I started dating, we were involved with this Amway program, but what they really were teaching us was personal development. And I had never been in any kind of personal development programs. I didn't really read for anything other than, kind of smutty romance novels, right? And so now we were introduced to personal development and self-improvement. And one of the 7 steps, like, they had us do all of these things. But every single day we were supposed to read out of a personal development book. We had a book of the month, and these were books like Think and Grow Rich, Heart of a Champion. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember, but all like the top, books in self-improvement and personal development. And so that was one of the guidelines. Another one was always to speak positively to people that you knew. Like, it was no negative downline was kind of a thing. So you weren't allowed to come and kind of gripe and complain. If you had any complaints, you were supposed to take it to your boss, right? To your upline, to your sponsors, to your mentors. But amongst each other, we were all really encouraged to speak positively. So we're reading personal development books every day. We're speaking positively to all the people around us. If we had something to complain about, we took it to somebody that could do something about it. So there was no gossip, right? No drama. We were also listening to a positive tape, like a cassette tape of like a motivational speaker or something inspiring and encouraging or educational. So we turned our car, they called it a university on wheels. And so now we're in our car listening, like you've heard, right? Who you hang out with, who you listen to, the books you read, the music you listen to will turn you into the person you're going to be 5 years from now. And so not only did we talk that talk, but we walked it every day. So we're hanging out with the right people, right? People that are going to uplift us, inspire us, encourage us, stretch us, hold us accountable. We're listening to positive messages every single day. We're speaking positive messages. We're reading out of positive books. And so this was the foundation that my marriage was based on. So all during our dating years, this is how my husband and I kind of grew up in our dating couple.
I'm just going to interrupt you. What a fantastic way to start your relationship, though. I love it, though. It was in Amway, and often you're thinking about what were you going to share, network marketing. It's like, and you're like, no, it's actually just good quality personal development, no negatives, just be a nice person and actually just start getting inspired. Oh my goodness. Top tips already. I hope you've written those 3 down, everyone listening, because that's just gold as an immediate base, and such a great thing to learn at that stage of your life.
It was, it was a great foundation. My husband, he was the oldest of 4 children. His parents, wonderful people. My parents, really wonderful people, doing the best they could. But this wasn't the environment we grew up in. Like, this wasn't the foundation. So I was kind of snarky. I was sarcastic all the time. I didn't really, I had dated boys and, all of that. And I didn't really appreciate what anybody like poured into me. And I really wasn't pouring into anybody. So when Jay and I, like, this was how we were dating. So then, of course, when our children were born, we had them. Like, we were paying really close attention to what types of movies did they watch? What types of books did they read? We would make sure we were the fun house with all the fun snacks so that their friends would come over and play at our house. So we could just kind of encourage, right? We could, uplift them, encourage them. And I remember even, I've got twin daughters who are now, they're 29. And my son just turned 25. But when they were little, they had some friends over, and Michael wanted to, play. And the friend was, slamming the door on the little brother's face, like, you can't play with us, and, kind of yelling at him. And so then the girls started yelling at their baby brother, and we're like, you got to stop. Like, this is our family. This is our safe place. We've got to love on each other and encourage each other and get along. And can I tell you that right now, the 3 of them are in escrow. They're in the process of buying a home, all 3 of them moving in together for their very first home. Isn't that crazy?
That is so gorgeous. I love it. Oh, what a proud mummy moment.
I know. People are like, they get along, they want to live together. And I mean, it's not that they don't ever argue and that it's not all sunshine and roses. I mean, we have our moments too, but we've learned to express ourselves, get through it, and get on with it. And yeah, they're all moving in together. They love hanging out together. We love hanging out together as a family. We go out to dinner all the time. We hang out. Like, we just try to be what we want to be for the world. And we try to do that here inside of our home. And so Mindset's everything, right? What you think about, you bring about. And totally, that the world out there is just a dark space, and there's so much there's so much there's just so much griping going on, especially on social media. And if you watch the news and watch the media, of course you're going to want to absorb that, right? You're going to take that on yourself. And it's not that we pretend the world is a beautiful place. We just know that our attitude of how we approach it, it will just eat us alive, right? I'll never want to get out of bed in the morning if I believed everything I heard in the media.
It's so true, but here you are in the media. So how do you actually then be very proactive and intentional, having that sort of grounding, the way that you then apply those principles to raise your family? And then we all go through days that, they hope no one saw them on that bad day, but we hope that those principles will sort of get embedded and will grow healthy, happy adults who are thriving in life. And then now you're in an industry then that is, one, giving out lots of great news, but also, can be very negative in its sharing. So how have you sort of tried to be, different, I suppose, set yourself apart by the way that you have operated in, TV news, all aspects of media?
You are so right, Annie, that, that there's good and bad, right? And in media, a lot of it is the negative, right? They're arguing about politics, they're arguing about sports. And so what we've tried to do is find the good news and encourage people to share their good news, encourage business owners to share what's happening in their business. Let's be the light in the world, because you're going to attract the right type of clients into your sales castle by sharing what, good news you want to celebrate. And so we really create an environment of celebrating successes. So think about this. Every month, one day a month, I want you to look at all of the things that you've done in your business. Look at your calendar, look at your to-do list, look at all the things you've accomplished, and celebrate once a month. Celebrate your goodness, all the good things you're doing, because you do have projects you're excited about. You have accomplished things. You are making a big difference in the lives of your clients, but so often we just move to the next thing. So it's super important. This is like critical one. Find a day that you celebrate the good things that are happening in your business. Now, as an entrepreneur or a small business owner, I encourage you to do that on the day of the month that your birthday falls on. So my birthday is on the 18th. On the 18th, I have created in my calendar PR day, celebration day, publicity day. This is a day that I look at all of the things, look 2 weeks back, look 2 weeks ahead, and realize, like, what am I most excited about right now? And create a press release that I can submit to the news stations, to the local journalists that I've got a relationship with, and let them know what's happening in my world. And I promise you, the more you celebrate your success, the more success you will have to celebrate. I'm going to say that again because it's kind of a tongue twister. The more you celebrate your success, the more success you will have to celebrate. It's perpetual momentum. If you are only focused on what isn't getting done, how slow it's going, and not in control of, like, whatever, right? What you think about, you bring about. If you say it's hard, it is hard. If you say it's not working, it's not working. But if you celebrate, I've published a book, I've launched a course, I've aligned with this power partner, I've created some JV partnerships, I've created an affiliate, I'm hosting an event, I'm connecting with a nonprofit. When you start to celebrate those things in every single month, you focus on that, it's a game changer for your business. It is. If you want success, you have to bring it about in your mind first. Where they say that bodies are made in the kitchen, not in the gym. Business is made in your mind, right? Not on, not in the action stuff. It's first, you've got to see it. You've got to believe it. You've got to surround yourself with people that will pour into you, that will lift you and hold you accountable. Yes, it's so celebrate your success every month.
I absolutely love that. And what I would love to encourage people to do, as well as do that, have a little think about your mindset at this moment. I'm thinking a lot of people are going, okay, here's Angel. She's a PR expert. She's got a background in TV. She can then go and contact those networks. She can actually go and celebrate that publicly more than most. But that's not true, is it? Anyone can do this.
Anyone can, right? If you ever watched Ratatouille, the Disney movie, anyone can cook, right? Anyone can have media and publicity for their business. And here's why. I'm going to give you a really sweet little hack, right? That you can use to find journalists and find media contacts. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 things that you can do. And if I don't do anything today but inspire you to go out and share your story, then my job is done. You have a story to share. You have impact that you're making in the world, but we need to leverage the power of media exposure to create that publicity. And most of the time we just aren't, right? We just aren't, because we don't know who to send it to, and we don't know what to send it. So I'm just going to inspire you and encourage you today with these 2 hacks. Number 1, your local news stations. On their websites, if you go to your local news station's website, there is a place that you can submit your press release directly to them. Why? They want media stories. They want filler. They have the negative. They have the global news, like the things they have to share. But they really are looking for community stories, local interest stories, good news stories, some filler. So they have right on their website where you can submit your press release to them for free. And here in the United States, those news stations are on those major media platforms. ABC, NBC, CBS, right? So think about the major media networks that you want to put on your website as seen on.
Yeah.
Our local news stations are affiliated with those major media networks. So if they pick up our story, I get to say as seen on, right? This major media outlet. And that's just by submitting it to my local news station. So that's hack number 1, and it's free. Hack number 2, your topic. If you were to Google your topic, and do just a Google search. We all look for stuff all day long. We're like, hey, look this up, right? If we were to do a Google search for you, even specifically, if I pull up let me pull up a new little thing, and I'm just going to walk you through it. If I go to Google and I look up women's empowerment, do you say that's a good topic for you, Annie?
Yeah, women's empowerment or success coaching. I'm a success coach.
Okay.
I'm both.
Okay, so when I do women's empowerment and I look up news, so there's a sub filter, all images, shopping, videos. There's one that says news. Women's empowerment has 98,000 results for women's empowerment. And what did you say the other one was? Success coaching?
Yep.
Success coaching in news. 9,750,000 results in success coaching. Okay, so this is a great example. This is just a really great example. You take your topic that you are an expert at, right? If I was to hand you a microphone and say, with no preparation, I'm going to give you 20 minutes. What could you speak passionately about? Right? You don't have to prep. You just can go because it's in your gut, it's in your belly, your heart, and your soul that you could speak on. If this is the thing that people are wanting to pick your brain on right now, right? They're coming to you and they want to pick your brain. They want to get all your juicy goodness for free. That topic, you put that into the Google search. Hopefully it's also the one that attracts more perfect clients into your sales castle. So if we were to do the success coaching, 9,750,000 results, Google brings up, and that's just the news. So here's some of the news outlets that are covering your topic, Annie, right now. Forbes magazine a day ago, Yahoo Finance 8 hours ago, 24/7 Sports 16 hours ago, Odyssey, EIN News, Baltimore Sun, Journal Review. I have to go to the next page. Lots in football, right? Actually, lots in sports. Memphis Athletics, ESPN, CBS Sports. So there's something actually happening right now with success coaching when it comes to sports, and I'll have to dig deeper to find out what that story is. But what this is a tool. This is a tool. Number 1, it's going to tell you, is the media even talking about this? Is there even an opportunity for me to share my story? And in both cases, I would say the answer is yes, right? Because you were able to find news outlets. So number 1, is the media even looking for it? You can do a search, click news. You'll find out yes or no. And then number 2 is you can take any one of those results, click on it, and find out who the journalist was, who's the interviewer, who's the podcast host, right? Who's the journalist? And you can oftentimes connect directly through them, through that that article. It might have a hyperlink for how you can follow them on Twitter, LinkedIn, right? Connect with them on social. How do you connect with them? And you can start to dig a little deeper, and then you reach out to them, send them your press release to say, hey, I've just launched a book on this. I've just launched a program on this. I've just, enrolled with JV partnerships on this. Let them know, start to build relationships with them every single month. Go back to your birthday, celebration day. Now go to all of your media contacts. Really what we're looking for is just 50 to 100 media contacts in your space.
Mm-hmm.
That would give you all the connections you would ever need. You don't need to build relationships with thousands. Really a nice core group of about 50 journalists to get your message out to every month. They can open up so many doors for you. It's a game changer. 90 days from today, your entire business could be featured in the media regularly.
Oh my gosh, everyone, have you taken that in? It's not just for the gurus, experts, people who are doing this for others. You can just do this for free. How good is that? 2 golden bits of information. And that's it. When you start doing that, you might not get picked up that first time you submit something, second time, but that person at the receiving end of that press release is thinking, oh my God, this person's like on fire. They must be amazing. Every single month they've got things to share. They're obviously someone of notoriety. There's someone who is active in their business. There's someone who is obviously at the cutting edge because they want to tell people about it. They're current, right? People who are current are the ones that other people want to know. You want to know that you're in this space now and you've got energy and you're excited about it and you're celebrating things. And I love that birthday tip. That is definitely a golden one. And so go and do that, everyone. I hope you will be searching the news, go nuts on your topics. And that's it. If you're in something so obscure that there's hardly any news articles about it, that might be okay, but it's more likely to be a hobby. It's going to be harder for you to get that traction because not everyone's talking about it. But if you're in a business, and let's face it, most women in businesses that are active and growing, there is going to be so much traffic, web traffic, and basically you just want to get to the top of the queue. You want to go, hey, you talk about that. I talk about that as well. In fact, I'm the expert. And then they'll say, well, I'm the journo. And then you'll get to know each other. And I tell you what, going back to your foundations, Angel, of, just be nice, just be kind, be considerate, just be helpful. Here I am. I'm helping you by giving you some content. I love what you said at the beginning there. And I want you just to reiterate that point of they are looking for stories. All right. We often think, oh, there's just so much news. My news is not relevant. I want you to hone in on that point then. The fact that you can just go to your local, news website and give them a story that they're actually looking for it.
Well, and now you've done your research, right? You've now seen that there are stories that are covered in your topic. You can look at some of the headlines. You can look at the angle that is being shared and start to position yourself. But it is absolutely true. They need stories, hundreds of thousands of media opportunities every single day. And who are they going to reach out to? Who are they going to, if they need a quote, if they need something, it's the people that have been sending them stories every single month. We make their job easy. They're already crunched for time. They might need something really fast. So if you've been sending them press releases every single month, they can go into their inbox and start to pull out exactly what they need. You've made their job so easy. And I promise you, I had a gal, she was in finance and she would send a press release every single month into the news station. Well, they reached out for her. They did an interview with her. They loved her. They called her back the next month, and then she ended up coming in and doing a monthly segment with them. And then it even turned into a weekly segment with them because she had such great content and she was really great on camera and really articulate. But it started slow. Right. It started with just a once in a while. She ended up doing a TED Talk. She ended up becoming a public speaker. It opened up so many doors for her. But it started with a press release. So start today. It's like, when's the best time to plant a tree? Right. 10 years ago. Right. Next best time is today. When is the best time to submit your story? Today, right? If you missed your birthday already this month, it's already passed, do it today. Look at what you've done. Put together stories. See how those stories are laid out. I mean, this is free stuff. If you want, I mean, you can obviously hire a company to come in and do this for you, but this is no excuses. Right? Do you want PR? Do you have a story 12 months from today or a year from today? Where do you want your business to be? If you were to be featured in the media in a great big headline that said extra, extra, read all about it. Angel Tuccy does this amazing thing. That's what I want a year from now. If I baby step that back, 12 baby steps that have to make that happen. Who do I have to meet? What milestones do I have to accomplish? Who do I have to connect with? Like, what do I have to do? What do my sales have to be? What do my connections have to be? I can write out baby step, 12 steps. That's 12 headlines that I can start to build into that success. And I design that success. I don't just wait for it to happen. I'm intentional about exactly what I want to happen. And I paved the path for myself. And I did it using publicity and PR.
All for free.
All for free.
So those who listening in go, oh my gosh, I've got to hear more from Angel. They can see your website is makeyourbigImpact.com, because that's what you're all about, helping people make their big impact. So when they go to makeyourbigImpact.com, what are they going to receive from you?
They are going to receive the kitchen sink. Right? I have thrown in so many great resources for you at makeyourbigImpact.com. There's a complimentary media starter guide, downloadable guide that's going to step-by-step take you through getting your foot in the door, guaranteed media opportunities, press release headlines, what you can send to the media. There's a link where you can get a copy of my book, Get Discovered. Right? I've got a fabulous, if you want to read, right? If you want to read the book instead of watching videos and taking courses, we have all of that for you there. But just get started, because media attracts media and stages attract stages. What you do today opens up so many doors for opportunity. And our strategy, truly, if you have 2 interviews a week and 1 press release a month, that gives you exposure in front of 100 new audiences and thousands of media news desks. You never have to wonder, where do I find leads? Where do I find clients ever again?
Absolutely. What a brilliant way to finish this session of our summit. It has been absolutely fantastic having you share with us again. So much value, so many gold nuggets in there. You can all watch that on replay if you need to just go back through, grab some extra points. I hope you've had your pen. You've been writing those things down. Thank you so much for joining us, Angel. And I know Angel is going to be available on the chat. Any comments, she will definitely get back to you. And you can always find her in Women's Biz Tribe. So thanks, everybody. We will have our next speaker up next. Hello and welcome. My name is Annie Gibbons, founder and CEO of Women's Biz Global. As a woman, a career executive and mum of 5, I know that becoming successful in a modern day society, it can be extremely difficult and challenging. The requirements of career and business success are often overwhelming, especially when you have competing priorities like family. But that does not mean that you can't be extraordinary. At Women's Biz Global, our goal is to educate, motivate and elevate women so that they can have the freedom to live a life they love. It doesn't matter what your current status or position is. Your empowered future starts now. Whether you're a startup or a scale-up, or you're juggling business, life, career, family, everything, we will teach you how to dominate in your niche area without the stress and overwhelm that comes from wasting time and money and energy. We will equip you to achieve success, balance and happiness on your terms. We invite you to join Women's Biz Tribe. Start by attending Women's Biz events and enjoy the benefit of interacting with like-minded women from around the globe who are choosing to unapologetically play a bigger game. Women's Biz Coaching offers a variety of programs that may suit your needs. We have boot camps and webinars, online structured programs and incubators. They're all designed to help grow your personal and professional brand, confidence and support framework. Women's Biz Media will help you discover extraordinary women via our podcast, Memoirs of Successful Women, and reach 12 million potential readers via Women's Biz Magazine. Women's Biz Publishing will take all the pain away from getting your voice and message out into the world. Your brand value will literally skyrocket overnight. And if you would prefer to access our consulting services, I will personally ensure high value solutions are provided to meet your specific needs, to time, to budget, and all with a beaming smile. Finally, get to know our affiliate partners and learn how you might like to become one yourself. Women's Biz Global is the support network that will fast track your journey to success. So what are you waiting for? Be unapologetically you. Women's Biz Global, helping women succeed in business and life.